Hey everybody, Ed here from Valley Computers. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos that I'm going to create walking you through how to clean up, optimize, and maintain your Windows PC. Now, as many of you know, over time your computer tends to slow down almost to the point where it becomes very frustrating and unusable. These videos are going to show you how to recover most of that lost performance and help ensure that your computer remains problem-free. Today's topic is going to be Windows Disk Cleanup. Now, the Windows Disk Cleanup is a utility that comes on your computer already installed. Many of you may not even know it exists. And for those of you who do, we're going to cover a few of the more advanced steps in using Windows Disk Cleanup to get the most out of it. So let's get started. Now, there are a few ways that you can get to Disk Cleanup. One of which is by opening your Windows Explorer, and if you right click on Properties, you're going to see a Disk Cleanup button. If you click on Disk Cleanup will load. I'm going to show you the other way. Now, going through Windows Explorer is probably the easiest way, and it's also one of the only ways to do it within Windows 8.1. Now, when I originally decided to do this video, I thought I was going to do a Windows 7, Windows 8.1 tutorial, but for simplicity's sake, I decided we're just going to stick with Windows 7 today, and I will create a separate video to show you how to do this within Windows 8. Now, the other way to do it within Windows 7 is to click on Start, go to All Programs, find Accessories. Within Accessories, you're going to look for the System Tools, and then you're going to click on Disk Cleanup. Disk Cleanup is going to ask you which drive you want to choose. We're going to choose drive C, and it's going to do a scan and determine what is on the computer and what we can get rid of. Now, I do this quite frequently, so the first step within Disk Cleanup is usually pretty good on my computer. We're only looking at about 50 megs on the drive that's cleanable. Now, if you go through, most of these sections can be checked off. As a matter of fact, all of them can be checked off. There's very little reason that we would want to keep any of these. Now, for those of you who do run Disk Cleanup on a regular basis, this is probably where you stop. You select all your files, you click on View Files, or click on OK, and it cleans up these topics, or these categories right here. Now, oftentimes what you'll see is Windows updates that are done and completed, and the files are never removed, or you'll see some various other system files that really aren't needed but are left on the computer. Service pack backups, for example. I don't suggest removing these right after you do a major update, just in case your computer decides it needs to roll back to a time previous to a service pack, or whatever the case is. But if your computer is generally running decently and your major service packs have been installed for a long time, you can go into System Tools, or System Files rather, and you can clean up a lot of that. Now, this utility I haven't run in a while, so we're probably going to see quite a large number here in terms of what we can free up. So again, we're going to choose C. We're going to click OK, and this is probably going to scan for a little bit. So you can see right now it's scanning service pack files. These are your backup files. What it's done is it's installed service packs and essentially backed up the old files. And those old files, unless you run into a problem, are never needed. So they're just wasting space on your computer. And again, this may take a while. So we're going to let this finish and see what we come up with. So it's checking Windows Update Cleanup. Again, these are Windows updates that have been installed, but the update files were never removed for whatever reason. Again, for some of you, this may take a while. I haven't run this portion of this cleanup probably in 6 months, so it's going to take a while on my machine as well. But we'll see when it completes exactly how much information is being taken up with files that are just no longer required anymore. Okay, so we've completed that. Now, once that's done, you're going to see a bunch of sections. Well, not a bunch of sections, but a few more sections. So, if you look at the Windows Update Cleanup, I have 4.72 gigabytes of extraneous junk that's no longer needed anymore. Service backups, another 640 megs. So, we're going to check off all our categories. So, they're all checked off. Now, when all is said and done, I have 5.41 gigabytes worth of information on this machine that's no longer required, but still lingering around in the background. and that is on my computer, which is, for the most part, fairly well maintained. So just imagine what you guys are going to come up with. Be interesting to see what the comments are on this video. So now if we click OK, Windows is going to go ahead and remove some of this other stuff. Actually, I apologize, I forgot to go to more options. So the other options we have, we can get rid of some of the system restore stuffs. Again, if your computer's running decently for the most part, you can go ahead and do this. What it's going to do is essentially remove most of the system restore points on your computer, leaving only the last few. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the other option here is to remove programs that you're not using anymore. That's something I'm going to tackle in another video. We're going to talk about programs that are running on startup and programs that have been installed and you're no longer using anymore. So we're going to leave that alone for now. We're going to touch on that on one of the upcoming videos. For now, we're just going to go back to disk cleanup. And unfortunately, when you click on the more options and you get rid of the restore points, you don't exactly get to see what your starting and ending drive usage is. I guess I could have checked that prior to, but it does free up quite a bit of space for you. So I'm going to click OK, and it's going to ask me if I want to remove these files permanently. I'm going to say yes, and it is essentially going to remove all of the other junk and unnecessary files that we found using the disk cleanup utility. Again, I guess I could have taken a look at my drive space prior to and after using the utility. Would have given me the exact amount of space that I freed up, including the restore points, but I mean, for demonstration purposes, we've got almost 5.5 gigs worth of information that we've removed here, or will have removed when the utility is complete. So that's essentially it for Windows Disk Cleanup. If you found this video useful, please share, like, comment, or subscribe on YouTube. Thanks, and stay tuned for the next video.